important.
Don't take away from this important, Bo.
Let me see. Starting.
Woo.
All right, we are live. We gonna do a couple shares.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Bo said we live. So
You see
those
it,
of y'all
cool?
tuning in. You said what?
Yeah, it's saying that we live. There we go.
Okay.
All right, let me see.
Well, I was finna introduce us. You said we was live. You
my
cut
bad.
me off. So those of y'all tuning in, this is St. Louis versus everybody, and I'm Haiku.
I'm Bodine.
And we got a special guest, as are all our guests. We got the homie Cardi Ice in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, bro? Before y'all do anything else, man, I want y'all to do two things. I want y'all to share this on your timeline. If you in any Facebook groups, especially like St. Louis-based music groups, anything like that, share that into the group. Share it on your own wall, because we're about to get some insight. We're about to get some wisdom. We're about to get some gems dropped. And we're going to talk about some things, man. We're going to talk about some current events, and we're just going to talk about some things in general that will help artists, will help people in the music, pretty much anybody that's looking to make their living off of the music industry. We're going to get to all that. We're going to talk about community, as we do, and some other things. The second thing I want y'all to do is follow us, STL versus everybody. It's STLVSERRBODY. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I want y'all to follow the homie Cardi Ice. Instagram handle is right here. Same with me and Bo, if you want. Mainly want you to follow the STL versus everybody and follow Cardi Ice. And we're getting some shares going on right now, and then we'll get into it. In the meantime, Cardi, man, just in case if anybody that's tuned in isn't familiar with who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Cardi Ice, I'm a black man like any other black man. I'm just striving to be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? The things that I do, I own a company called SaintHipHop.com. Basically, what that is it's a place to showcase our talent. Starting with St. Louis, moving into the whole Midwest and thing, moving into globally at some point. We started out with the idea that we needed a place to live as far as our music goes. So you hear a lot of the Saint Hip Hop, what you call World Star Hip Hop. That's a very big platform if you get your music on there. It's cool, but it became saturated.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and not only saturated, but extremely expensive.
Yeah.
You kind of like had no way to really get your look unless you just had the bread to spend on it. Up and coming artists usually don't have the funds to be able to do that. So what me and my business partner, Randall Herndon, aka DJ 2020, that's everybody know him as.
Twin.
It's just me and him came together and we had the idea to give St. Louis music and eventually Midwest music a place to live, a home, so to speak. Also, we do the music consulting, royalties and things like that. A lot of people like, oh, how do you get your money off music and all of that? It's something that you can tap in with us about. We are under construction right now as a site because we are going to be a lot more effective for the artists, a lot more streamlined, a lot more easier to use. It's like a trial and error thing, You want to see what everybody wants, what everybody needs, see what works, see what doesn't work, cut this, cut that, and then you become a great business. If you think about Facebook, how it is now wasn't how it was when we were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big different situation. It was basically if you in school, you get on here, but now it's one of those things where shit, if you want to communicate, period, if you want to advertise, if you want to gain followers, if you just want to get your rock star, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of place. So it's trial and error, basically, is what I'm saying. Also, I'm an engineer. Getting back to what I do, I'm an engineer. I'm an artist. Well, was an artist. I think Bo and a few other people telling me to get back into the music. We can touch on why I stopped doing music too at some point, but other than that, like I said, I'm just a black man. We gotta get it. I'm standing up for us.
Now, I had a quick question. So you have this platform, Saint Hip Hop, how easy or difficult is it for you to get content from artists, or
Uh,
or do you just what I'm saying, hear or see the new music that comes out and then you just upload it yourself?
well, it's truthfully how it started was the fact that I actually do listen to St. Louis artist music. Me being an artist myself, and I ain't gonna lie, I have somewhat of a competitive nature about me, as any man would. So I listen to all of what's going on, how I do this and that. So that just kind of like that funneled into my process of finding music. You know what I'm saying? I had already had a go to this spot, go to this spot. My dude engineer for him, my dude do beats for him, so I kind of already knew who to listen to. When it comes to artists sending me music, artists definitely send me music. They send me exclusive fucking music that they don't want to come out yet, and it's a lot of them. I feel like if I start naming people and I miss somebody, I'm gonna feel fucked up. So let me not start doing that.
Yep.
But I do a combination of both to answer your question, though, bro.
Okay.
I get the music by myself, and I get the music from artists too.
It's good, man. Cause I know like a lot of like DJs, or like even when Haku was doing his like radio streaming thing, and it was just hard. It's hard for what I'm saying, these guys to get music or videos from like artists. It's like artists complain about not being supported or having platforms to get their stuff heard or seen by, but when you ask them to send something, they never do.
So, so this is strictly from my opinion. This is not something that I say is just my business's mindset. This is strictly my opinion. What's the definition of support? Everybody can kind of see it differently, so I'm not knocking anybody's way of seeing it. But me personally,
I'm gonna keep my eye on the comments to see what some people might say. So everybody that's tuned in right now, Cardi just asked, "What is the definition of support?" And I want to see. He's getting ready to say what his definition is, but I want to see y'all's as well.
And before I say my definition, the definition of support and what is the end game of this? Okay, so for me, support is if I have a child, I go to their games, I go, you know what I'm saying, I give them, food, I make sure I them thought pattern.
Keep my eye
That's
on the
supporting.
comments to see what some people might say.
You say what?
No, go ahead, bro. That was an error. You good?
I'm just making sure. If I have a friend or something, I have to support them. I have to support them by giving them, good advice, encourage them, and all of that. To me, that's support. Mm-hmm. But if I'm selling something, then I want you to buy what I'm selling. Yeah. Now, promote it for me. You can advertise it. You can tell people. That's a great way of supporting me. But if you don't want what I have, I'm not mad at you for not buying it. Nobody wants to buy 89,000 cases of anything just because your boy's selling shit.
Facts.
I don't need. So what you do is you figure out who wants what you have and you cater to them. That's the reason why you create mailing lists. That's the reason why you connect with your people and create ways of them to communicate with you and tell you, hey, look, I like your product. I need that. We got into this culture of guerrilla marketing and guerrilla advertising where everybody wants to throw everything at you. And that's bullshit. That's another thing that we said we wouldn't do at St. Hip Hop. We wouldn't throw so much advertising at people as if we're trying to compete. We're going to give it to people who want it, and we're going to work from there. That way, we have genuine people on our side. Yeah. That way, they bought into, thank you, brother. That way, they bought into the dream, and they want to be there. Not I force them there, not none of this shit. Now, there is manipulative ways to get on people's radar. Don't get it wrong. But that's another conversation that's beyond it. So I'm just saying the authenticity of the whole situation. Stop with the gorilla thing. Figure out who likes you and cater to them. If it's 2 people that like you, they can tell 5. Now you got 6 on your team, and I'm not adding. I'm just saying who you may get along the way. And now you got 100. Now you got that. But how do you know who you have? Where's your mailing list? Where's anything that tells you, because we get a count of who hits our site, how many people hit it, and all of this, even if it's bots or viruses or whatever. So once you do that, now you say, okay, cool, I can target these people. I can get to them. You like my music, I'm gonna send you something. And then when your music comes out, they'll be like, oh, I like that. Everybody don't like Big Crit, but guess what? The people who do, I'm pretty sure they get emails. They get everything they need to connect with Big Crit.
Yeah.
Everybody else doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. Your Facebook page, all of that. Stop worried about who talking bad about you and find out who talking good about you.
Exactly.
Man, that's a big one.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That, for me, dwelling on that, I mean, it's easy in this day and age. Don't get me wrong. Controversy sells. I hate that shit. Because we ain't selling controversy, we selling talent. So now we done turned into the, and I say we because I'm part of the hip hop community. To me, we turned into the WWF.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking, but nobody's really living.
Yep.
You know, I'm not knocking anybody for being creative. I'm saying I don't agree with creating a narrative for nobody, even in our past. Creating a narrative that's not true and giving it out, because we see the detriment now. Now that we're 30 years old, you know what I'm saying? We see the detriment of what listening to Cash Money did. The way we think. We see the detriment of what listening to 50 Cent did. The way we think. The way we approach things. So if we can pinpoint that, we need to change that. Ain't nobody say we couldn't make good music.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody say you couldn't express yourself. But we have too much of an emphasis on a certain type of expression. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like people they don't give a damn about the actual feelings. Like, I listen to an NBA Youngboy track, an NBA Youngboy, and not even just him. I'm just using him because he's more popular person. But even myself, I put myself in there when I was young. Hit a girl, then I leave. Well, yeah. Don't explain it like that. Don't put it like that, because then she becomes an object just like the car, just like this, just like that. And that becomes the mindset, because along with the jewelry, along with the car, you got to have a girl that you can hit and do what? Leave. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't deal with the real of what life is. It's too much entertainment. And we grew up on that shit. It ain't like it's a line. This is people's lives.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too far-winded, bro. Do your thing. What's going on, man?
Oh, that's it, man. That's a hell of an introduction.
Great introduction.
So that was the title sequence. So that was now we put STL versus everybody at the screen and we get the episode started.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, my fault.
Nah, that's good, man. Hey, before we jumped on, I told you this is your show. Bo and I are the guests tonight.
I appreciate you.
The people want the info, they want the knowledge, they want the gems.
What's up, folks? Motherfucking Cardi Ice show. I am your host, Cardi Ice. This is bullshit, but yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Straight
For
up.
sure. Yeah, man. So one of the things that we want to do in this community, St. Louis versus everybody, is we want everybody to be equipped to win, and I think it's safe to say you winning, bro. So me personally, watching you move, and if you want to talk about it, you had made a post this morning about some either some emails or some phone calls you woke up to, and that's the type of stuff, the type of knowledge and resources that you have, that I would like to see our talented folks here in this city equipped with. What would you say is missing? You know what I'm saying? Like between from what you observe going on, and the moves that you made, what would you say is missing?
It's missing
from like an artist, from being able, like, what I guess would you say the average artist is missing to get in a position in as good of a position as you are?
Well, first of all, that ain't everybody's positioning is different. You know what I'm saying? I give a little bit of a backstory about me. I worked at a pharmaceutical company for 5 years. And I was going to quit, but I got fired from that bitch. At 29, I worked there for 5 years. When I was there, I saved so much money. I only got what I needed. I only did what I needed to do, because my original goal was to pursue a music career.
Mm-hmm.
So me having a job allowed me to stack money that way. I had other partners that was putting me on investments and things of the sort, buying clubs, and I was making dividends off of that and stuff like that. Just saving your money, you know what I'm saying? I never really felt like I had to impress nobody. I always felt like I had an impression with my character more so than what I have, and that went way further. It kind of made me to the point where I just saved money. So when you say me being like on and all of that, I mean, I don't know. I'm good. I don't have to work for anybody if you're saying that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not rich. I'm not like where I can, if that was the case, you'll see me buying up fucking whole blocks in the hood. Goddamn it. We'll be sitting down doing what we're doing. It's coming. Don't get me wrong, but what's good for me ain't good for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I might say 100,000, 200,000, one for, that ain't shit, or that's a lot of money. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is I have a peace of mind. My lady's fine, I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? My family's fine, my people love me. When I come across people, they show me love. That's really where I'm at. So if you get to that point, it ain't got really nothing to do with money and everything to do with your character.
Yeah. I would, you know, obviously a lot of people got different ideas of what success is, but no, me personally, man, like, and I know a lot of people who feel like this is as long as you are able to pay your bills and you don't have to punch in for somebody, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't have to have the highest and flyest, but yeah, as long as that you making a comfortable living off of it, that's the goal.
So let me say this: having the highest and the flyest, that's to each his own. I've never, because when I was young, I was into that. I was the guy spending too much money on shit. But me as a person now, I just don't believe in pumping money into the economy.
Yeah.
That shit don't do nothing for us. You know what I'm saying? And now I understand that my dollar is really a bigger fighting power than a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How I use my money and how I, deal with the people in my life is really the superpower. So if that be the case, then I want to use it that way. So I'm not knocking nobody for liking Gucci, but shit, I don't fuck with it. I'm not knocking anything nice. That's your thing. But what wealth are we leaving for the next generation? Because you're going to have them steady starting over. You know what I'm saying? My people told me to get a job. That's all they knew. When I have kids, I don't have any kids now. I plan next couple of years, I guess so. They won't have to have a job. They won't have to do that. They'll be working on businesses. They'll be working on understanding how money works. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's what I really focus on. The rest of that really just don't matter to me no more. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at me and be like, man, you ain't got to do Gucci. No. That's cool. I don't. I got this, right? So when I put this on, and I own this, trademarks, paperwork, everything. Yep. When I put this on the thing and I buy this shirt for $6 and I'm able to sell it for $25, I don't have no issue with telling people that because it's information that you can find out for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what makes me feel good. This is my name brand. I don't own this. So when my kids are around, they can own this too. I can't give them Gucci. I can't. I don't own that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No knock. Now, if you doing all of that and then some, that's cool. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Where I need property. I need land. I need shit that you didn't even know I own.
Yeah, that's a priority thing because everything that you're saying, with the other name brands and jewels and all the extras is that's it. It's extras. You're supposed to have a foundation first.
Right, but don't get it wrong. They can be assets if used in the proper way, but that's still some knowledge that you have to have.
Yeah.
But Derek Grace gives a lot of good knowledge. If you look past whatever everybody got gripes about, he actually tell you a lot of good shit. He tell you a lot of good ways to get money and how the legal system works because that's what's going on working within the system.
Mm-hmm.
Using all these different methods to make sure that he has wealth for his family. And if you can take a little bit from here and a little bit from there, a little bit from there, and then make your own sauce, bro, you 100. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Making people Jesus. Oh, he said one good thing, and now I'm finna listen to everything. That's bullshit.
Yeah. We're definitely seeing that right now with a particular artist who made a song, and the streets are eating that particular song up and really kind of ignoring the rest of the catalog and even saying this person is the GOAT now because of that one song.
Man. And what is this song?
I don't even know the name of it. It's Lil Baby song.
Lil
Bro,
Baby.
I'm sure you know. You listen to all this stuff.
Oh, let me know, bro. What Lil Baby song is it, bro? So I can go listen to it.
You know what? I haven't even listened to the whole song. I think it's Black Lives Matter or something like that.
Oh yeah, I did listen to that song. You're right. That was the song we talking about.
Yeah.
I say this, bro. Let Lil Baby shine.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely not knocking it. I'm talking about the people's response to it.
Because you know that goat shift. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goats. The motherfucking if so make a song and it's dope as a motherfucker, now he the goat. If motherfucker make a song and he dope and he been doing good, he the goat. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, in your own right. It wasn't one gangster. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one motherfucker that had a million. It was a bunch of people. So I appreciate that from the people allowing the shit to progress. That doesn't take away from Wayne being a goat. That doesn't take away from Rakim being a goat. That doesn't take away. They're just not relevant right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's just not what the younger generation is listening to, and it happened with us.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't fucking listen to everything that came before us. It took me to get into like 21, 22. Well, I said a little bit before that. Maybe for me, probably about my 18, 19, to really just go and listen to the whole catalog of what hip-hop was in the 80s. I would transform from disco music and all of that different shit.
Yeah.
I had to go like tap into that shit. But when I was younger, I was listening to fucking Master P. I was listening to fucking Lil Wayne and fucking Cash Money, Ludacris when I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was what we was on. So I ain't mad at Lil Baby being called the GOAT at all. He was a GOAT, you know what I'm saying? GOAT.
Shoot,
I don't particularly like all of this shit, but that has nothing to do with the consensus of the people.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shoot, I didn't get into Tupac and Biggie till I was 22, 23.
You know
what I mean?
So y'all
look at the trash Bo loves now. That's crazy.
Bo like that good shit, man.
Right, man.
Hey, I haven't listened to much hip hop a lot lately. Me and my lady been listening to a lot of different shit, but Cali Chris, Thundercat, and fucking my favorite song in the fucking world is Late Nubians, Makita. We've been listening to more like, you know, slow Daniel Caesar, you know what I'm saying?
Daniel Caesar's hard.
You say what?
I said Daniel Caesar's hard.
Yeah, definitely. He looked like Chief Keef, but he seemed like a motherfucking angel, man. But yeah, we've been listening to more of that because that kind of feeds your soul a little bit more than the shit that's going on.
Yeah. So music is the soundtrack of your life, and that goes back to what you're saying as far as, you know, the things that we listen to as kids growing up, getting into what we starting to listening to now, so that, you know, you got a more eclectic taste and your taste changes because you want to listen to the music that suits your lifestyle or put you in certain moods. And you get to a certain age where you don't even want to be into a certain mood anymore. Like I probably, if 3 6 Mafia came out right now, I probably wouldn't even check into them. But that was all I listened to. I had at least 20 3 6 Mafia mix CDs in my car at one time because that was the mood I always wanted to be in.
Right,
that was the soundtrack I was looking for.
But it changes, like you said, as you get older. A lot of things change. I'll say this, and it ain't no shot at nobody, but it's a real fucking thing. What you like when you're 13, 12, even 14, might not be what you like when you're 21.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, because you want different shit now.
Don't be so, you know, be kind of malleable, as I say. You know what I'm saying? As a young adult, be kind of malleable. Touch everything. Experience everything. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody really fuck with your experience, but don't try to be so absolute about shit and shit. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Do some more experience. Yeah. Music is different now. That's all I'll say. It's different. Everybody's singing to me. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It does take some getting used to going from like raw, unfiltered, unmastered. You know what I'm saying? Just raw vocals to auto tune to all these different effects that we got going on are just full blown going from some mild harmonizing to where Bone Thugs and Harmony was unique and stood on its own to where then you got Drake introduced Drake, and then you got this little piece of sound of rewind back to Nelly, and nowadays that's in every chapter of music.
Hey man, you got to stop throwing shade at Drake, bro. Let him be great.
Shade. Hey, shade. I'm just saying. Now, matter of fact, I'm saying Drake is a milestone in music because once everybody saw the amount of success that he had with that sound, everybody started emulating.
See,
that's a part of all music now.
That's the issue, though, for me, right there. So in the beginning, I was like, I can even touch on why I stopped doing music. So
yeah, let's talk about that.
When I grew up, when all of us grew up, the number one thing was for you to be different. If you sound like motherfuckers were gonna clown your ass.
It was trash.
Yeah, you was trash as fuck. Like, bro, you rap like so and so. You sound like Wayne. You sound like this nigga. You rap like DMX. All of these people have identities. Yep. So when it started being like every independent artist can fucking like do their thing and shit, they started following the formula of other people just to get money. And for me, that's when it watered it the fuck down.
Yeah.
Fuck did everybody wake up and be able to rap? Like, that's not just something that everybody does. You have to be articulate with your words. You have to be clever. You have to know how to pick beats. You got to know how to fuck with people. You got to have entertainment. It's a fucking thing. Just like if somebody, I don't knock anybody for trying that, but I do knock the labels for creating that wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're definitely responsible for that.
But yeah, they're responsible for that. But the wheel that they created is detrimental to us. Yeah. And that's, I don't fuck with it all. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand that, we had hip hop and gangster music back when we were younger, but like I said, bro, we see what it do now. We need to do something else. Where's the little white kids that's talking about killing each other? Why ain't no?
Hey man, you'd be surprised, man. I got a little sister in middle school, and little white kids be rapping, and they be talking about that same shit.
That old school Eminem shit.
West, but they ain't got no business talking about that stuff.
Talk about this same shit. Now, who's funding it?
Shit themselves, man. This shit is free, damn near.
No. What label? What bigger label is funding that shit?
I'm saying like the kids that they go to school with. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to get on a computer or even on your phone and get on one of these programs. Right. And you don't even need a nice microphone. You know what I'm saying? This little $40 podcast mic.
And I get that. And you could blow up like that, but I'm asking you, name a major label that's funding a gangster ass white kid.
Well, shit, he ain't white, but whoever behind Tekashi, he may as well be a little white kid.
He
may as well be white.
They was following funding Slim Jesus until he just got exposed. So who was that? Atlantic?
Even
like
after
Sony?
that, he was getting exposed every show on the tour, and they were still trying to pump him.
Was you there? Was you there at the Slim Jesus? Yeah, that nigga, man, looked terrified.
Yep.
Slim Jesus was some bullshit. That's some, and you seen it disappeared. Named a major white artist that's talking about motherfucking white people.
I'm not familiar with too many white artists besides Eminem. Eminem doesn't really talk about killing anybody, serious.
So that's what I'm saying. Now you can name off the top how many motherfuckers be like he killing a nigga.
All of them.
That's
90%.
Bro, that is a fucking issue. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't trying to make it all long and drawn out, but that is a fucking issue. They fund that, but they won't fund that. You don't have prevalency like the other. It ain't no shit. And now we die in front of fucking people on TV every fucking day. I don't see white kids dying on TV every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't never see them down on TV. Rarely.
That's what. But even with that, why are we not having the respect? I remember at a time we're not going to play this for respect of the family.
Yeah.
What happened to that? We don't have that anymore, bro. And we need that shit back. Media needs to be explained and it needs to be taught at this point because it's so motherfucking, it's important. It sways people's feelings, it sways people's movements, everything. If them folks stay in the house, whether you want to be a conspiracy theorist or not, you still reacting to media.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, and not well. I guess music would be considered media, but shoot, man,
It is me.
just being in, you know, what I'm saying, the high schools, the music that these kids listen to, bro, like it it really, you know, what I'm saying, molds them into the, you know, what I'm saying, the people that they gonna be. You know, what I'm saying, it's, you
Yeah,
know, what I'm saying, it really has a impact on their attitudes and how they deal with people and their mindsets, how they carry themselves. These kids
yeah,
listening to trap music 24/7, backdooring
yeah.
But
niggas, shooting the ops, and woo woo wham, trapping.
guess what? Let's not exclude us. I don't know what y'all was listening to, but I was listening to the same shit. I was
Mhm.
listening to Boosie like a motherfucker. I was listening to fucking Dipset. I was listening to watching this shit. I was watching
True.
Paid in Full. All of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Those things definitely were in me. Now, this is different. When you become a man, your mind, your reasoning elevates. You make the decisions. I don't want to hear that with my people talking shit. You're a grown man. What
Mhm.
fits for your situation, or woman, what fits for your situation is what you need to decide. You don't need to use all that bullshit ass excuse. Oh yeah, well my people taught me this. If it don't work for you, you need to learn something new.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Like
that
that's just
makes
it.
sense. Cause I still listen to Dipset and Jay and State Property and Lil Wayne and all that shit, and I came out just fine. So.
And that's what I'm saying. Because you made the decision to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
You made the decision to make certain moves, brother. When we was younger, we made moves and we made mistakes, but we knew what was right and knew what the fuck was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I can't get mad at a 17-year-old like I can get mad at a 25-year-old.
So look at like what Bo just said. You know, with the type of shit and like what I said as far as listening to 3 6 Mafia and you know Lord Infamous, rest in peace, talked about doing literally every drug, and I've never touched any of them. Right. So what's the difference between you know the kid if Bo, you and I are listening to the same things that you know another kid listens to and goes off the deep end, then what's the variable?
You said me or both.
Either one of you. Well, I use Bo as an example, but
say that again, cool.
I'll refer.
Say that again, cool. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a question for both of y'all. I just used Bo as an example because you just said that you know you listen to all these things and you turned out fine. You and another boy, same age, same neighborhood, same block, listening to the same type of music. Y'all living the same lifestyle. This your boy that you grew up with. Same bus, same school, same classes, same curriculum.
Okay, all right. So look, I got
what's the variable? Why
the reason
why
why
does one kid turn out fine and then the other kid goes off the deep end?
The reason why I turned why maybe I would turned out, you know what I'm saying, more on the straight and narrow was because of my parents. I had people uh when I was growing up to like just let me know, you know, what's right and what's wrong, and I made the decision to, you know what I'm saying, do right, you know, more right than wrong, and learn from my fuck ups.
Now, Bo, you had plenty of chances to do fucked up shit, right?
Correct.
You didn't do them. Just to not to cut you off, bro, but like he said, the people around you, and not even just the people being around you, but you being susceptible to what they're trying to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a lot of times when I was younger, not now so much, but when I was younger, I seen the dudes that didn't want to hear what people was telling them, just for the strength of not hearing it.
Yeah.
And then turn around and do some stupid shit and act like nobody's there for you. Well, bro, you in your own boat because people did try to help you.
Yeah.
People there, I had people there. It didn't have to be. My mother got killed when I was 12. My grandfather was the guy in my life. Me and my old dude, kind of on and off type of situation. Still much respect and love, but my grandfather was there. Then he died, so it was just like me, my sisters, and then my grandmother. I could have easily went down some crazy ass fucking paths. Very easily, but I was exposed to a lot of shit. But at some point, I had to understand as a man, I have to get myself together. And when I say get myself together, that means I have to do something to make sure that I can be here and be strong for them. You know what I'm saying? I can't be reckless. I can't say I'm so hurt that I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna make these fucked up decisions. You have men in other cultures, young dudes become men way before over here. You know what I'm saying? little dudes be like 13 and they be on point. You know what I'm saying? They know what's up. They can do responsible shit. I think we need to get back to that kind of shit too.
Yeah.
Which leads me into, and I apologize, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm saying this due to principle and due to how I view it. I don't discredit anybody, but I think little dudes from the age of like 0 to maybe even 13, if they're little black dudes, they should be taught by a black man. I apologize. It's just a different feel.
Hey, yo,
They need somebody they can relate to.
yo, like me being in the classroom, and I think I spoke on this not too long ago. Me being in the classroom, teaching middle school or high school kids, it has had a tremendous impact on them. Not just the black kids, but the white kids, Hispanics, Asians, whoever, because they rarely see a black man in that position. And then just being there and being relatable to the young black man, I mean, the young black boys and girls, like, man, it has a huge impact. Like, you won't believe, like, how many stories that that I've gotten from kids that I used to teach, just me being there made them, what I'm saying, have a whole new outlook on, what I'm saying, education, or, you know, believing that they could be like be something, because from where they come from, most of their role models or people that they see on a daily basis is off into some street shit, you know? So being able to see like a black man that's, clean cut, and, doing something good with his life, and believing in them, and also being relatable to them, like knowing what it's like to be a young black, what I'm saying, man, growing up and things like that. They don't get that often. I didn't have my first black teacher until I was in college, like my first black male teacher. So, what I'm saying, having like a black man in the classroom or in the education system is important, man. Very important. I was talking to Gully about that not too long ago.
Big shouts to Antonio Gully.
Yes, sir.
That's one of my best friends, my brother. He's the author, Cattle of Kings.
Go
You
cop
can
that.
on squareup.com/Antonio Gully or /Cattle of Kings. I don't want to plug too much, but yeah,
Great book.
That's a great book there, bro. Then you got Scruples, a workbook that he also made for your progression in life. So big ups to bro Antonio Gully. But yeah, my impact in school, bro, came from black men. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that women didn't impact me. They did great. I'm talking about who commanded my attention, no matter what. You know, like I know, Bo, these little dudes be having hormones and everything else. If you get a woman in there that's a little bit too curvy, he ain't thinking about what the fuck he should be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like it changes.
Yo,
you gotta. I mean, I'm just being real about it.
Low key though, like it was kids, like young men that I would go back and forth with in my classroom. But when I went to the classroom of so I had a teacher that I worked with. She was real, curvy, very attractive, you know what I'm saying, teacher. They was quiet as a church mouse and did all their work.
Really?
Hell yeah. Quiet, man, they would, like, you would think they was two totally different people. They'll get in my class, joke, goof around, not do their work. I'll come in their class, quiet.
So you're correcting my theory. Thank you. You were there, so you see it. So you think it's a combination of black men and black women, or do you think white middle-aged women should still teach our kids as a whole?
What Bo is saying with the woman teacher is, and I can tell you from personal experience, having a teacher who you think is fine, you gonna act right.
Okay.
That's all that is.
I just said me, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it came time to this shit, I was on some old, man, how could I? Type shit. So everybody's different, Mm-hmm. Thank you for correcting my theory. I just think we need to teach each other more in the classroom.
Now, and you know what's fucked up? So with SLPS, of course, that's a predominantly black school district as far as kids and everything. My first year teaching there, I had to go to like a teacher's workshop, you know what I'm saying, but before school started.
Right.
95% of the new hirees there were white. And do you know why a lot of white teachers work in the city? Because they sign up for this company called Teach for America. With Teach for America, you have to work, you know what I'm saying? Usually they'll send you to like a city school for 2 to 3 years. And after them 2 to 3 years, they pay your student loans off. So usually, like the white teachers be there for about 2 3 years, get their student loans paid, and then they leave. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time they don't really, you know, care for the kids anyway or know how to relate to them. Now you do have white teachers that do care for the kids, that the kids do respect and love. I've met plenty of them. The reason why I'm a teacher today is because of my 7th and 8th grade high school social studies teacher, Mr. Cool. Dude looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Best teacher I've ever had. Know what I'm saying? So like, white.
Let me ask you this: did he give you righteous perspective though?
Oh yeah, man. He always dropped gems. Um, if I was messing up, he would pull me to the side, give me words of encouragement, all that stuff, man. Like he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time that I really, saw that like a teacher cared for me and made education like learning fun and was, hip and cool.
Okay, so would you say as a whole, that's a good situation? I like how you got all of that. And like I say, theories for me and anybody that's watching, theories for me are able to be changed. Once you find new findings or you talk to people who are there, you change your theories. So nobody's perfect, remember that. But I want to ask you this though: do you think by whole most black kids have the same situation that you had? Do they have the same experience that you had?
I don't think so. I think most black kids who get inspired or look up to people in education or in that realm are their coaches. Coaches are usually like the men that they gravitate towards and look up to, not teachers.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Football coach, basketball coach.
Yep.
But see, that takes away from intellect, don't it?
Yeah, because
takes away from
yeah, because the coaches aren't teaching the kids, what they need to like learn. Now the coaches are teaching them about life and things like you know what I'm saying, scholastically. But yeah, like they, just gravitate towards them more. Like when kids act up in, class and things like that, I can't really go to like another teacher and be like, hey man, what's up with old boy? They'll be like, you need to talk to the coach. That's who we gravitate towards and things of that nature. So like we need more teachers in the classroom that like kids can go to and look up to, especially black men. Like at the school that I work at now, it's probably 5 black male teachers, out of a population of thousands of kids. So like it's only 5 black males, and me and Mr. Tibbs, I believe, are like the youngest ones. You know what I'm saying? In our early 30s, late 20s.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I'm only saying this because as people start moving towards all of us moving toward this revolution, I guess that's going on at this point because we are asking for change. So I don't know how we as we move towards it, we got to start understanding about how to teach our own. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, we have to be able to give a righteous perspective to our own children. And if we continue to allow certain systems, not even necessarily talking about the individual, but the individuals go through the systems. They're bound by the systems. If we let these systems continue to do the same thing, we end up in the same place.
Yeah. That's why no fight is too small. Like when we start getting on a wave or a movement about one thing, on one hand, we do want to stay focused and make sure that we're achieving goals on one thing before we move on to the next. But wars can be won on many fronts, and all these things are connected. So when we're talking about Black Lives Matter and we're talking about police reform, and that kind of trickles into the conversation when we talk about defunding the police and comparing that to how education is being defunded, and you know what I'm saying, like, so to shut off the education piece, it takes away from the whole.
Yeah.
So we do need to kind of usher in new things as we keep moving. When we're talking about voting, and we're talking about, you know, people voter suppression, and we talk about prison reform and people who are not given the right to vote. All those things intertwine. So while we do want to focus on some of the bigger things, we can't ignore some of the what people would consider smaller things. And then we also have to not shun people for not focusing on the same front that we are.
Right.
And I think that as I'm looking at the time, I think that's a good segue into one of the other topics that you wanted to talk about, which is as far as you know, us treating each other better.
Yeah, definitely.
And one of the main things that we see, especially with this current situation with J. Cole and No Name, is how black women treat how black men treat black women and vice versa.
Right.
So I think that yeah, that was one of the things that you wanted to hit on. So I'm gonna pass that one over to you.
I think I more was talking about not to be to leave anybody out, but talking about the relationship between black men and black women. I know that it's not like that everywhere. I know everybody don't feel the same. But as I scroll my social media, as I listen to other people talk about their social media, which we have, you know, different friends, some same friends, it's always black women have been treated fucked up. Black women are not heard. Black women, you know what I'm saying? But then on the other side, black men feel the same way. So as a man, I just took it upon myself to say, okay, cool, fuck it. Men, let's listen first. You know what I'm saying? What do we need to do better? It's a fucking myriad of shit that we need to do. We need to start correcting each other. Can't fucking condone, that's your homeboy, but you can't condone bullshit. So this is what I mean by that. I keep saying this, everybody's situation is different, so I'm not talking about anybody in specific. But if you know, and let me just be vague because of that, if you know that your homeboy has responsibilities that he's not handling, if you know your homeboy is putting somebody in danger, if you know your homeboy is doing something to manipulate people, you need to talk to your homeboy. You cannot let him do fuck shit and think that that's the cool thing to do, and you a righteous ass nigga standing with him. Nah, bro. It don't work like that. We gotta change us. That's the whole thing. Us is the. So that's basically my stance. Let's sit back and listen to what they're saying and hear them. You don't have to agree with it. And there's a way to communicate that you don't agree. I have talks with a lot of people on Facebook, and in particular, a young lady named Frankie Dowop. I apologize, I'm not saying the last name correct, but great singer. You know what I'm saying? And giving her a drop too. We don't agree, but we know how to disagree respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of that, I heard you, and I see your stance. So when I see your stance, it ain't that right then I'm going to think about it. It's some times when I'm sitting back and I'm just having my thought, and I reminisce on how I approach that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with any kind of thought pattern do that shit.
Yeah.
You reminisce on what you went through at some point, you know what I'm saying? And then now you start to understand in a different way because you might feel a different way that day.
Yep.
Yeah. So just understanding how things work and being respectful to each other can be a long way. If you see a woman is in distress and she's like, it was one chick that was on my stat, she was going in. Niggas like this. It wasn't for me to defend at the point, it's for me to listen. And thank you to my woman. She's the one who tamed that spirit because I'm a fucking passionate motherfucker. It is what it is. But listening, let a motherfucker get what they got to get off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then go from there. Cool. All right, I heard. This is why I don't agree. In all peace. But if we can at least do that, then we can hear each other, and then we can start to make moves. And then if you're correcting your homeboy, then they can make moves. If you're going, oh man, I ain't getting in that shit. Nah, bro. this is a different time.
Yeah.
You're not finna put your hands on her, dog. I know this not. If you don't like confrontation, then you need to find somebody who do. Because now is the time for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be hands on.
If you rolling with niggas that beat they, you know what I'm saying, girls, you know, that, like, you gonna fall into that category of a wife beater.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know what I
You're
mean?
guilty by association.
Yep.
Definitely. I think one of the keys to your point is when you say, you know, that your lady tamed you and you know, kind of brought you down. A lot of these things that are needed in order to have these healthy conversations are skills that a lot of people don't know. I mentioned on the show last week, I went to school for psychology. I went to school for mass communication. So between those two things, mainly, I learned a lot of my communication skills through that. And that's not something that's taught in basic school. That's not something that most people learn in their neighborhood, that they learn from their parents. So the other thing that you said, if you're not a person that likes confrontation, find someone that is. That applies to all different ways of communicating with somebody, knowing your audience, knowing the person that you're talking to. If you are not the person that's equipped to have a conversation with that person in a way that they're going to receive it, then you need to step back and listen. I just the other day, I was kind of in an argument with somebody online on some All Lives Matter shit, and you know, he's combating everybody. Nobody's saying anything that's getting through to him. And this one black chick out of nowhere came in, and I mean, she was just hammering it home, and he was 100% focused on what she was saying. So at that point, I stepped back. She got it. He's listening to her. But one of the things about having these conversations on social media in particular, where it's an open forum to literally everybody, the whole world can chime in, is these people feel like they get ganged up on, and it's hard for them to focus and stuff like that, man. So I think that, like, our platform in particular and ones like it are good platforms to, you know, kind of hone in, like going back to the J. Cole and the No Name situation. I said, if we can condense this big nationwide, maybe even global conversation and narrow it down to the two people who are directly involved and just only hear their two speaking points, that's kind of where we get distracted. Because, you know, if you and I have an issue that we're talking about and we're on Facebook doing it, we're on social media doing it, to where, you know, 100 people can chime in all at the same time, the message gets lost. Yep. And somebody could be making a good point to your point or to my point, but then they start going on a tangent about something else, and it's like, hold on, man, hold on. We talking about this right now. Like I said before, it is okay to kind of loop in things that are relevant, but then you get people starting, man, you got the conspiracy theorists who start talking about, man, it's a fact that blah blah blah, when it's, and you're just getting so far removed from the original point. I think that we need to start having more focused dialogue with two people or you know, two or three people who are best equipped to have that conversation. Right. I observe people who are killing these conversations, and they're just constantly getting interrupted by people who, you know, want to get their own different point across. But I think that we, Bo, I think we should sit down and talk about that specifically. Like, I know we want to focus on, you know, entertainment and business and things like that, but we do focus on community. And that's a big community thing, is being able to have sports people.
We want to have, like, you know what I'm saying, shows where we talk about, you know, white people's perspective on, you know, Black Lives Matter. We want to talk about people. We want to have a debate with people in the Black Lives Matter organization against people like us that was a part of the actual movement out there, you know what I'm saying, really on the front lines and doing shit. Like, we want to have, like, a whole bunch of, like, you know, the discussions. This isn't just about, you know, music, you know what I'm saying, and the things of that nature. So, like, yeah, we talked about, you know, your musical and entertainment and endeavors at the beginning, but as you see, like, we done got into some whole, like, other shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, most definitely. So, you know, like this platform isn't just about, you know, music. Of course, you know, our main goal is to big up the, you know, music scene, St. Hip Hop, the St. Louis hip hop scene and everything. But, you know, in order for us to like grow and understand each other and how everybody move, we need to, talk about what's up here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
things of that nature. So
We need to sophisticate ourselves. Is how I look at it. We need to stop with the bullshit. There's enough ratchet. We did enough ratchet. Now we need to sophisticate ourselves. We need motherfuckers in the hood with $1 million and you never knew because he didn't have to or she didn't have to buy all this bullshit that didn't make a fucking difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need a new narrative. The narrative is old. We need to fucking control it too. Yeah. And that's the reason for us saying hip hop. That's the reason for y'all platform. That's the reason for other platforms. Even with my man Ali Versus, big up to him. I have to say something to him. With him attacking it through the gaming community, that right there is great.
Yeah.
You know, like just being able to come from a bunch of angles with righteous people is going to take us where we need to go. But us as a whole, we need to sophisticate ourselves. The people that have the money have to set the example because the people that don't are looking at y'all.
Yeah.
A person that ain't got no money ain't gonna go buy no Gucci if they ain't seen nobody that got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They shit that the people got the money trying to do. The vacations, all that shit come from shit that people with money trying to do. You didn't think that up genuinely in your head.
Yeah.
Got that from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
The music videos and all that.
Just being real about it. So I think, it's time to sophisticate ourselves and also just to touch on the music as we, close out. Sophisticating yourself, understanding where you're going with your music. So if your music, ultimately, what's your goal? I set a goal out there for you if you don't have one. To create a collection of music that'll be worth money so you can pass it down to your family. Give you an example. Michael Jackson, imagine how much money his music collection is worth.
Yeah.
He bought music collections. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things matter. Filling out your royalty papers matters. Getting on Sound Exchange and getting on BMI, not only registering with BMI or ASCAP or CSAC or however you want to do it, but registering your songs. When you go to the studio and everybody like they want a verse, we need split sheets. Split sheets include your producer. Y'all need an agreement about what you own. Ownership means every fucking thing. If you don't own anything, nobody want to hear shit you got to say. I made a fucking record in 2016, Baden 2, How I See It. It's the complete title. If anybody want to go listen to it, that's cool. It's still out there.
All streaming platforms.
On all streaming platforms. I still get paid royalties from that from 2016. And I ain't even been rapping. I haven't been advertising. I've been nothing. So imagine all you rapping motherfuckers that do it all the time. If you can bring it back to finding your audience and cater to them. They want to hear you when they working out. They want to hear you when they in the shower. They want to hear you. They buying into your actual brand. You are now a business. So if you're a business, go ahead and pay that $55. Get on the fucking Secretary of State and get you an LLC. Turn your shit into a business. Apply for your fucking EIN. It's not hard. All these things are very Googleable. I don't know if that's a fucking word, but they're very... Get in the game. Understand how the taxes work. If somebody try to teach you some shit like Forex, learn it. If you want to get into Bitcoin, learn it. It's about understanding pathways, understanding how to get to the money, and understand where your money coming from. But again, United Masters, getting in DistroKid, understanding how that works, getting a publishing company, owning the rights to all of your shit. You ever heard people say, "Oh man, I don't own the masters"? That's a whole deeper situation that I have to sit down with you and talk to you about. But when you go in the studio and you record, you need to get all of that from the engineer. You need to get that. That's yours. You own that. That's the master of everything. When it's done, you own all of that. Thanks. Nobody owns it because they didn't pay for the fucking recording session. You paid for it. You own it. Also,
man, like you artists, like start getting your sessions, you know what I'm saying? Keep your sessions on, you know what I'm saying? Either on iCloud Drive or like a external hard drive. It's hella artists, man. Like you get your shit mixed and mastered, you know what I'm saying? You put out your project, but you don't have the sessions. Like the engineer has the sessions. What if his studio or computer, you know what I'm saying, crashes or shit like that? Then you SOL. What if that song blows up and Drake wants a verse on it, but you don't got the masters, and then the engineer's computer crash.
It's all
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
You
Make them sample yourself later.
Yeah.
make
Original gone.
make music. You want to make sure that you cover your music. That means that if you got a hot song and you made it, whoever house that shit sound good. Guess what? Don't put it out. You know why? Because you have no fucking plan for it and you don't own it yet. You putting the concept in the air. That's what you're doing because it has no ownership attached to it. So if you put that song out and you got everybody popping in the club with it, and then you go to Miami and another nigga singing your song, and then you be like, nah, that's mine, and he got all this paperwork done, nobody give a fuck what you talking about.
Right. It ain't yours, brother.
It ain't yours. What you gonna do? So please, artists, please, before you come out putting all these songs out, have a plan. When I say a plan, if you want 3 months, they got Facebook boost. You know what that is. That shit pops up on your shit like everybody else.
Man.
Facebook, all of that shit. Create a piece of content that will be eye-catching to people. If it's a thumbnail, pick the right thumbnail. If it's a motherfucking video, piece of it, pick the right piece of the fucking video. Play the part that you know people gonna be like, wow, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Don't spend your money trying to be an asshole and not catering to your fucking audience. Get what they want. Continue to give them what they want. If you see they want something else, incorporate that into your game. At the end, last thing I'll say, just giving a small thing, they had a thing here, and I won't say any names, but everybody know. At one point last year, the year before, people was doing cucumber contests and sucking on them and peaches and all of this shit. Whether motherfuckers liked it or not, they heard about it. They tuned in to it, they looked for the video, they watched it. What I didn't understand is why an artist didn't do it. Why didn't one of y'all with music that makes that best sodas, one of y'all with music, and I don't even drink soda, but I fuck with that brand. One of y'all that make music like that, why didn't y'all have a peach eating contest and have a bunch of girls doing shit so you can create that kind of buzz for yourself? If you knew it worked, why didn't you use it?
Right.
Y'all do it any other fucking time? Like, let's use some common sense here and start moving brands in the right way. It ain't about being right the first time. It's about understanding that you fall forward. Then you get to the goal. You keep putting bricks out. Like your boy Nipsey said, you put a brick every day. Sometimes you might have to replace that brick, but it's the fact that you steady going forward. Keep going. Create your fucking fan base. Motherfucking Future. If you don't know him, go look him up. If you don't know Tyler, the Creator, look him up. This motherfucker won a Grammy, and you probably don't even know who he is. You probably ain't heard most of his songs because he focused on the people who wanted to listen to him.
Exactly.
That's the big one, man. I just said that like last week. I've seen some of my peers do it, which was the reason why I spoke up on it, man. I've watched people get their music on a decent platform, on nice platform, not just decent, nice platform, and the comments come rolling in. And of course, you're gonna have people hating on you. Of course, it's gonna happen every time. You can't avoid it.
Yep.
But if you got 100 comments on your content that's on this platform, and you scroll past all of the way to goes and the congrats and the good shits, and you find that one hater that's, man, this shit trash, and you start giving them the attention, you're going about the whole situation.
Oh, for sure. That's a deep issue, bro. You got to get past that shit. Don't nobody like everybody. You know, so ain't no one person that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers that don't like the person that you think is the dopest in the fucking world. They like that trash. Music is subjective, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just about you getting out there and knowing how to sell to the people that want what you got. That's it. It ain't no in between. So when you talk about support, nigga, your grandma, you tell my granny, go buy my single. She don't want to hear that shit, bro. Like, just be real. Like, I hear you. If that's your way, that's just not my way. I'm not. Yeah. I want to give you something. If you want it, come get it.
Yeah.
That's real business. That's right there to me.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying that's how the fuck it goes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's probably, man, out of all the gems you dropped tonight, that's probably the biggest one, man, because me personally, I feel like a dick saying it, but I say it a lot. Stop tagging me, please. Like, I know that you see me sitting here and, you know, and you're like, oh, that's Haiku. That's the dude that be with Bodine doing the show or whatever, man. He'll probably want to hear this. I don't. I'm sorry. Like, don't. If you got 99 people that you can tag, make them count.
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Make
Like
that 99
when
count.
y'all
Don't tag
tag
me.
when y'all tag me in like stuff, unless it's like directed towards me, like I ain't listening, man.
If my name ain't on it, if my face ain't on it, I'm not looking. The first thing I'm doing is I'm untagging myself so I
Now,
cannot get 100 notifications.
hold on, Cardi.
Better
Hold
plan.
on. Now, if y'all email me, like if y'all message me and be like, bro, I got a new song. When you get a chance, can you please check this out? I will listen to it then, and you know what I'm saying.
Don't
I will
do
give
that
you
to me.
feedback. But if you just
Do that to
tagging
both.
me in random, you know what I'm saying, posts and everything, and it's not, you know what I'm saying,
let's
something
be
for
real.
me, I ain't listening.
Oh, let's be real. But that ain't really how you come across music, though.
That's
It's
true.
not fucking
That's true.
the organic shit is when you hear a motherfucker head banger, twist your fingers, and you be like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah.
That's like something. If I like your music, and I said this back when we was younger, and like I say, I got a lot of great people in this city that I don't fuck with, that I did music with. But when we was younger, bro, it was like, if I like your shit, I'm gonna ask for your shit before we even leave.
Yeah.
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 You don't have to worry about putting it in my face.
Yeah, like, bro, that's tight. I need that. Send me that. If somebody wants it, they want it. If not, go to the next one. You're an artist. You make a million kind of pictures. You can make pictures for anybody. If you want to focus on catering to people, which I shouldn't, then you could, because you can make a million pictures, but at least do the shit in such a way that it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Target what you gonna target, do what you gonna do, and stay at that shit. Learn how to be fucking. I ain't trying to be long-winded, but this is what has been successful for me. When you get situations with people, nurture those, treat those people right.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta be kissing no ass, you ain't be sucking no dick, you ain't gotta be doing none of that fluke shit. But you have to make sure that you are a great person to these people and communicate with them. Misunderstandings, I've had them before, will not touch on all that, will lead to people not being able to communicate, whether it's for a small time or for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Just being able to communicate with people, being able to do what you say you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't, being able to confess or fess up to that and be able to reconcile what the fuck needs to reconcile. It's just, like I say, character, bro. Like, all of this shit is just character we talking about.
Yeah.
People in the industry, they get around because of their character. We talk about Jay-Z being at the top. It's because of his character. It's how he presents himself. It's how he fucks with people. If you don't got that, then you don't need to really be rapping for real. Unless you got a bunch of bread, then you can just do that.
You're just gonna be spinning it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that, then you need to have a myriad of things that you can fucking do as an entertainer. And then you can go out there and be different. Because ain't none of that, bro. You just like everybody else and you wasting your fucking time. It's fun. Yeah, it can be fun till you start being grown and your motherfucking guild like, nigga, look, that shit don't make sense no more. Nigga, you ain't paying no bills, you ain't doing no nothing. You talking about you in the studio all night. What's up? What you gonna do? So do other shit too. That's what I'm saying. Do everything.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, man, like between you and Bo, and I could think of a handful of other people that would be great at this. No, but you've done something kind of like this, where, man, I feel like a lot of the younger rappers in particular need mentorship, and I'm almost thinking to the point of, obviously there are schools for this, but and by me never attending one, I don't know how this, if it even gets introduced in this. Everything that you just said, if these schools or any type of mentorship is not talking about the, for engineering, for example, hands-on computer type shit. But I'm talking about the personality things, and you know what I'm saying, the more personable aspects of the business part of it.
Right.
All right.
If that's something that we can, if it's not already a thing, kind of put together all these gems in one package and give a young artist and say, here, start with this. Before you even go into the studio for the first time, start with this.
Right. That's kind of like a boot camp almost that you can create. You know. Yeah. Artist literacy is really the biggest thing, because even you got seasoned artists that don't understand paperwork.
Yeah.
So that's really the biggest thing. Owning your shit, man. Like, I can't stress that enough. Own it. Don't let nobody else own it. Have your motherfucking shit on top. Know what you owe people. know what their percentages is, know all of that shit, bro. Because if you don't, it'll bite you in your ass in the long run.
It always does.
Motherfuckers gonna be like, I'm entitled to this. Like, no, how you entitled to that? Don't have those conversations because it's already on paper. Everybody gets their entitlement, and that's the end of it. Let's keep going. I mean, I can't stress that shit enough. Doing business, bro. Like, that's what the fuck is about, doing business. If you're not doing business, then you're bullshitting. You waiting on somebody to sign you, it ain't that time no more. I apologize.
Yeah, that's going.
Your ass don't live in California or your ass don't live in New York and you got hella connections, because trust me, it's saturated in them motherfuckers too. Hi. If you don't got them connects, it's all bad for you. You can't move around, it's all bad for you. You don't have no money. There's other things to do out here, people. Like, it's a lot of money out here. I done rent houses, I done learned carpentry, engineering, I done learned a whole bunch of shit.
Yo.
Yeah, all these things. You say what, bro?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I learned a lot of shit, and all these things made me into the man that I am. That's why when we started off, you was like, tell them what you do. I couldn't really just say what I do. I'm a man. I take care of my business. I learn. I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, for, like, artists, you want to know why, like, a lot of artists don't get a lot of attention. It's because all y'all do is just focus on, like, your music. You tag 99 people. All you do is share your music. You know, people gravitate, you know what I'm saying, to people like, you know, me or T-Dub or Tefpo or whoever, because we do stuff around the community. I'm a teacher. You see me do sports. You see me do my talk show. You see me do all, like, clothing. You see me do all type of shit. So, like, even if you don't like my music, you may like my merch, you may like what I do as a teacher, you may like martial arts, you may like my modeling pictures, you may like my talk show. So, and then eventually, after you get to know me, you be like, all right, well, his music ain't that bad. Or even if you still don't fuck with the music, you gonna fuck with something that I do. So everybody on my friends list or that follow me don't fuck with me just because of my music. They fuck with me for other things that I do. But the reason why you artists are, coming up short is because all you guys are relying on is your music. You know what I'm saying? Have other shit that that you do that people can gravitate towards. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with Stone Cold Steve Austin because he acts. I fuck with Stone Cold because he was a dope ass wrestler. He got a good podcast. I don't watch his movies, but I go back and watch his old wrestling tapes. I go back and listen to his podcast. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Key asked a question. Said she got a real question because she been in here joking tonight. She said, why do y'all, and I don't think she's talking about either one of y'all specifically, especially not me. Why do y'all rap about hoes, drugs, fighting? She said drugs, fighting. I think she made a comment in there. Drugs, fighting. Then sometimes throw one verse about changing the future with education. What's up? Now here's what I started to type to her, but I'm gonna address it right here for everybody. Some, just kind of like what Bo said, there are some artists who have a lane, a very specific lane, and they go for that. And then you have some artists who want to dabble in a little bit of everything, and they want to have this kind of music, that kind of music, that kind of music, that kind of music. So they're gonna reach somebody, because you never know which one is gonna pop. So you gotta. This is how it was when I started 100 years ago. When we made full projects, we made an album. We had to make sure we had this song, we had a song for the ladies, smoking song, drinking song, strip club song for people 30 and up, 40 and up, the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have something in there for all the different audiences. So that's my answer to that. Right. And someone who's not actively creating music.
I'm gonna let Bo go. I'll go last.
I mean, pretty much the same thing. Like, you're not always feeling motivational. You're not always, feeling like I want to uplift the people. You may want to talk about partying. You may be in a bad mood. You might want to talk about, fucking a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is about emotion and how you feeling. All Michael Jackson songs wasn't about love. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about, being a dancing machine and, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's really about, how an artist is, feeling. You're not gonna sit you're not gonna sit and listen to Nas when you going to the club or when you trying to turn up. You're not gonna listen to Nas. You're gonna turn up to
because he
three
got
six.
that music.
You a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Brave
Like
hearts.
it's a different, it's different music for different occasions. So
Me personally, when I rap, if you go back and listen to my music, and I actually posted one of my songs today. Felt kind of nostalgic, so I posted it or whatever. But if you go back and listen to my music, there's always some kind of vulnerability in my music and a message. I'm trying to kind of get something across to you, whether that be in love, whether that be in thought, whether that be in how to roll your weed the right way and know you ain't smoking no bullshit. It's some kind of thought pattern what I do personally. If I, at any point in my career I did do that, it was because I was chasing money and fame. Those things became the formula for getting money. If you're going out here and you rapping, these are the acceptable things to rap about. If you notice, younger generation, they kind of rap about the same shits. When Draco was the thing that had a gun, everybody was talking about Draco. When anything that's just the thing to do, people gonna do that. So we have to literally take it all the way back to my man Too Short, and it's probably somebody else before him, but he definitely coined the phrase bitch. That wasn't really just a widely used term and rap at that point before him. And he came out and he did his thing on it and he created it. I feel him on that. But at the same time, as we move into the future, we do need to adjust how we approach these songs. We do need to adjust our thought pattern. But that's mirroring the society. When little dudes and little women feels uncomfortable saying certain shit, then they won't say it no more.
Yeah.
They still feel comfortable saying that shit, and people are still saying, "Hey, bro, I'm fucking with that." When people start saying, "Look, I'm tired of that shit," the consumer has a lot to do with this shit. You know what I'm saying? The consumer has to understand that when you condoning those songs and you listening to them, and I ain't trying to sound like I ain't no religious motherfucker. I'm very, spiritual, understanding. I get where you coming from type of person. But we gotta make a change, man. It's been too motherfucking long. When you condoning them songs, I can't listen to Megan Thee Stallion in the car with my little nephew. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like that energy for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shit off. I turn on some jazz or something. You know what I'm saying? Now, if some come on that I want to let him listen to that makes sense, and I ain't talking about no bitches and hoes and all of that shit. Some Pac or something come on, Dear Mama or something, and I want to let him listen. Then yeah, I go ahead. But I just feel like we gotta be more conscious of what we support. That type of music is for people who understand life. It's not for kids. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a music that is for people that can decipher between entertainment and what's real. But if I'm a little dude and I'm growing up, I'm taking some of these things as principles for myself if I don't have a strong support system to reinforce what they trying to reinforce. So that's how I see that shit. I don't think it's because blatantly people want to disrespect women or they want to showboat drugs. I think it's a formula that people use to try to get money because it's prevalent for the day.
Yeah. That's big, man. That's a really big thing. That's the whole thing behind parental advisory. It's and I'm guilty of this too, expecting radio to filter their content, but at the end of the day, that kid is hearing what's on the radio because me as the parent, you know what I'm saying? That's the source. Same thing with TV. So yeah, I do think radio does have a certain responsibility, but it all comes down to talking about my child specifically. Me as the parent, making sure that I'm letting them hear what I want them to hear, or what I think is good for them and what's not.
There you go. So just letting your kids listen to anything because subconsciously they take that shit in. I know I did. Letting them listen to anything and then not reinforcing what the fuck is the correct way will distort thoughts, and that's just real. So I think it just needs to be like, no, I'm not gonna let you go to Drake concert, you little 13-year-old. You're not ready for that.
Yeah. Please, man. Especially because he probably eyeballing him.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. But it's just a line that needs to be crossed. We need to restructure. I think people are scared to restructure. Like, and this is the last thing I'm gonna touch on, and then I'm gonna have to run and do my thing. And I appreciate
sure.
When it comes down to the whole protesting thing and all of that, burning things down and all of that, I understand the energy. I definitely do. I understand how people feel. I understand people are like, fuck them. They ain't supposed to be in our community anyway and all of that. We need to get rid of it. We tired. I get that. But we have to think about the whole spectrum. The whole spectrum is who replaces it when you burn it down. If you're saying that this is your community, claiming the set, whatever over there, if you burn it down, who's sitting back with the money to build it back and to own it? The little old lady that can't protest, she has to go to those stores. The disabled, the people that don't have cars, all of them, they patronize these things in the community. So as you start making these moves to burn shit down and to move shit, just be making plans to replace it. That's all we ask.
Yourself. Because where I thought you was going with that was the people that I've heard of, you know, different construction companies and building companies and stuff like that. And if we're gonna make it a black and white thing for the sake of the conversation, in a black community, a building gets burned down, that is money for this white construction company to rebuild it.
Right.
And then talking about specifically Home Depot, who is donating money to Trump's campaign, you're going to Home Depot to buy supplies.
Right.
So that's you got to think of the long game.
Right.
You got to think beyond the current drive. You got to look at the whole game.
Whole game. If you're gonna go through this shit, it has to be some more action that come along with this. So eventually, you can own what you're trying to own and maintain what you're trying to maintain. You can't be buying shit. I ain't never trying to chastise nobody except for people that's doing reckless shit. We can't afford that right now. But at the end of the day, just have a plan.
Yeah.
Can't nobody say nothing to you.
Yeah. Hey, you can't say me included, because I will pick something apart if it only goes from A to B and it doesn't complete the cycle.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. If you got the grand scheme, fuck it. Let's see if it works. I got my support. Go for it.
That's all I say. Then I'll leave it at that. But I appreciate you fellas, man. It was a great situation.
Do this one more time before you go.
Saint Hip Hop, man. SaintHipHop.com. We are under construction right now, but you can still log on to the site. When we come back, we're gonna be very streamlined. We're gonna be all kind of communications and social media type moves and sharing your music and being able to submit easily, putting it up on YouTube easily, having connections easily. So it's a lot of things we're working on. We appreciate everybody for being patient with us, working with us. Bo, you cool, everybody. Ali versus Tez Banger, A-Train. It's a
you said you weren't going to try to do it because you was going to get somebody.
It's just like to keep going. I'll be saying shit all for the day, but at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody, man. And whenever y'all need me or want me, just let me know I'm here.
Vice versa, bro.
Definitely, bro. Same.
Yeah, let us know when everything's up and running at 100% or shit, even 80%. Anything we can do to help you get to that, that last little stretch, let us know.
I'll be definitely reaching out, man. We got some plans, dog. I appreciate you.
For sure.
All right, in a minute.
All right,
signing out.
All right. Hey, so for y'all still that's tuned in, man, we want to do these song battles so bad, bro. But the artist that the out of town artist that we had is just busy. So I'm at a point where we got to keep it moving, and we've gone too long without doing a song battle. We're gonna look for somebody else so we can get one set up. Sunday, as scheduled, we got our St. Louis producer expo that's coming up, and you think we'll be back in the station next week, Bo?
Yeah, we'll be back in the station next week with the live interview.
The interview, yeah. Okay, so next Thursday, tune in, same spot. Well, maybe not on live. I think we might be on local radio website at that point. Talk about that. We'll keep y'all posted because we gotta make sure.
Whenever we do, like, you know what I'm saying, these type of discussions, Like we'll stick to this format. I like really want to get into some like um shows where we're having like deep intellectual discussions about, you know what I'm saying, shit that's going on in the community and things of that nature. So, you know, we're open, you know what I'm saying, for anybody that wants to join in, you know what I'm saying, and debate with us and chat with us and all that. So let us know and
Yeah,
we can make that happen. If you know any,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, white people who still don't get what is going on right now, who are
And they can
still
talk
confused about,
respectfully.
yeah, who still confused about, you know what I'm saying, black lives being mattered and things of that nature, please send them to us. And we would like to have like a discussion with them. Won't be no disrespect and everything. Like we'll have, you know what I'm saying, a
As
respectful
long as they
convo.
don't have none.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a respectful convo as long as they stay respectful. And you know what I'm saying, and we'll explain what's going on. So
Yeah, I'm open, man. Whoever y'all got, whoever y'all got, man. I've been dying to have this conversation for 10 years, man. And yeah. Rika said she trying to do the song battle. Shout out
okay.
to Rika. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in once again. Like I said, coming up next Sunday, we got the producer expo, so please tune into that if you're shopping or if you just want to listen to some good music and you want to support some homegrown talent. And yeah, other than that, we'll keep in touch with y'all and keep y'all posted as far as the format goes. Y'all be safe out there. And what did Jerry Springer say? He said, take care of each other and yourself. Happy evening.
Peace.